And we're good to go. Right, so welcome to your practice. I think, let's start. We'll start lying down and props, you've probably already sorted out your props, but just something like a block and a brick and a blanket, which I've forgotten. So we'll come onto the back of the body, and you may want to have a little blanket under your head. And as you come onto the back of the body, just get yourself settled, make any little adjustments you need to make. And you're very welcome just to link your hands around the back of the head. Give a little bit of weight, head into hands. And then gently take the hands away, the head lowers down. And the hands can then come and rest either to the belly or around the rib cage. Taking a full in breath. And you're welcome to take a sigh out through the mouth. Just allow yourself to land into your practice for this morning, arriving into our week, and also arriving into a new month. So happy September. And you might notice the rise of the belly with the inhale and the fall of the belly with the exhale. So I invite you just to move through the senses just swiftly, kind of coming into the sense of touch, noticing how the body's on the floor, maybe how the breath is moving in the body. As the breath deepens, being aware of your sense of smell. And swallowing gently, sense of taste. Sense of hearing. And the sense of sight. Even if the eyes are closed, sense of sight. And then your sense of space, space surrounding your body. So from here, we can just adjust the arms. So maybe you're taking the arms out to shoulder height. Maybe they're in more of a soft cactus. And we'll wriggle the feet a little wider. Separating the knees if they were connected, and we'll take the windscreen wiper action with the legs. So taking a full inhale just where you are. And as you exhale, use the whole of that exhale to travel your knees to the right. Use the whole of the in-breath to bring the legs back to center. And the exhale can take the knees to the left. Inhaling to the center. Exhaling over to the right. Inhaling to center. And then to the left, exhale. Inhale, come back up to center and let's just hug the knees in from here. You can wrap the arms around the legs or hold the knees, whatever works. And just whilst you're hugging the knees in, just keep the knees quite wide and you can circle the ankles, maybe go 3 or 4 times in one direction. And 3 or 4 times the other way. And then from here, let's plant both feet back down to the mat. And let's take the right ankle and place the outer right ankle just above the left knee. You can flex the foot as much as is available for you, and then just gently nudge the right knee slightly forward, okay? Just be mindful what's happening or, in the hip there. Okay, so either for you, that might be perfect, just staying right there. Or you might prefer to pick the left foot off the mat. And do you know what? Let's go hands-free. So picking the left foot off the mat, if that works. So often, we're reaching through, we're hugging in. But how about let's just do it without the arms? And if it feels okay for you, see how it feels to just nudge the left leg forward. So you keep the knee bent, nudge it forward, and exhale, just using your core strength to draw the leg in. Okay. Inhale, knee away. Exhale to draw it in. Inhale, knee away. And exhale to draw it in. You can just take some circles or flex some points with that left foot. And then when you're ready, let's undo the legs. Inhale, reach both feet up towards the ceiling. The arms can come up and over the head. Just lengthen through the legs. And as you exhale, bend the knees, lower the arms. And then from here, let's plant the right foot to the mat. And then take your left ankle into that figure 4. Excellent. Okay. So then from here, picking the right foot off the mat. And then just have a little play around here. So you'll just send the right thigh forward, inhale, exhale, and then that gentle drawing. Let's go one more. Undo the legs. Inhale, reach both feet up towards the sky. Reaching through the arms, you can flex and point your feet. And then lower the feet, lower the arms. Maybe a little hug in of the knees. You can use your hands this time. Rocking around. And then we'll find our way to the hands and knees. So making your journey to sitting, however that's going to shape up for you today. So that might be rolling to your side, or it might be rocking up. Great. So let's just find our way to the hands and knees. Just gently placing the hands down to the mat, either under the shoulders or a little bit forward from the line of the shoulders to see how you feel. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale for today, let's dome the back, tailbone heavy, press the back of the heart towards the sky. Nice. Inhale again, roll the heart forward. Exhale and dome. Inhale, heart. Exhale to inhale, this time lift the chest. Now tucking the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. One knee bending, other leg lengthens. Let's repeat that 3 more times. So back to the knees, inhale, Expanding the chest. Exhale, push the floor away with the hands. The hips high, the knee bends, the leg lengthens. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And once you make your way back to this fourth downward dog, just feel free to take your movement through the legs, or you might just want to be really, really still, okay? Gently hugging the armpits towards the midline of the body. And then from here, we'll start to walk the feet towards the hands. So just take as many steps as you like, walking yourself forward. Keeping the feet about hip width apart from here. And exhale, let's bow in. Now for today, let's roll up to stand, okay? So we'll put a nice bend to the knees, leaving your head to last. Gently pressing into the feet, we'll begin to roll up, vertebra at a time. As you get all the way up to standing, you can link the fingers, turn the palms away, and just take this nice open line through the front body. And then as you exhale, bringing the hands down through prayer pose, pausing right here. So exploring how things feel now that you're standing up. Maybe the hands are resting on the body. Following your inhale, following your exhale. So from here, let's release the arms. Next in breath, we can breathe the arms up. Let's stay right here on the exhale. Inhale, just take a moment, just a little bit more length through the front body. And with the exhale, folding forward, so all the way down, using your breath to bring you forward and let the neck go. Inhale halfway, so either fingertips to your mat or hands to your shins. As you exhale, bend the knees, left foot stepping back. We'll do a high lunge today, so let's really find the feet here. Inhale, press into the roots, come on up. And with the exhale, hands come down to the earth and we'll find our way into downward facing dog, lengthening through the spine. Unrolling to our plank from here, so bringing the shoulders just over the hands. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, all the way down. So coming into your little locusty cobra we've been doing recently. So place the hands just in that sort of cobra shape. Then inhale, falling into the pelvis, lift head, chest, and legs. Exhale and lower. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale to lower. Twice more at your own pace, okay? Now this time, just keep the feet down. Inhale. The gentle lift of the cobra. Exhale, coming back by the knees, either a brief child's pose, or you can come straight back to downward dog, okay? Finding the inhale, finding the exhale. So next in breath, let's take the right foot up. I'm going to get my blanket ready because we're going to come to kneeling with one knee down, okay? So step that right foot forward. Left knee goes down. Here we are in this nice low lunge, okay? Let's take the heels of the hands to the back of the pelvis. Elbows can gently draw together, shoulder blades moving together on the back. And it's like you're imprinting your front foot to the earth. Inhale fully to lift the chest. Exhale, maybe the pelvis sinks, maybe it doesn't. Let's take the arms up now. Inhale, a wide V with the arm. And then from here, placing left hand down, let's get ready for a spiral. Inhale right here. Exhale, turning to your right. So that right arm can either reach up or it might come behind your back. And then the option there of tucking the back toes under, pressing away through the back heel. One more deep in breath right here. And then with the exhale, let's unwind, find our way out. So either you can go to kneeling or straight back to downward dog. Let's just do one high plank. Again, it's completely optional. Inhale to a high plank. Exhale to hold. Inhale just where you are. And then downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, picking up the left foot. Exhale, stepping it through. Right knee down. Find your way up, just find your balance. Heels of the hands to the ledge of the pelvis there. Shoulder blades moving together on the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, both arms reach up. And then with the exhale, planting the right hand down. Inhale fully, and then following your exhale into your rotation. One more deep inhale. And then when you're ready, let's unwind, exhale. So either you might want to go straight back to downward dog, or maybe you're coming back to the hands and knees. Full breath right here. Full exhale. Next in breath, the right foot lifts. Exhale, stepping it through. High lunge. Inhale, find your feet. Rolling on up. Exhale, hands to the mat, back foot stepping forward. And then folding in, bending the knees as much as you like. Inhale, pressing into the feet, come all the way to stand. And with the exhale, hands come down through prayer pose. Releasing the arms. Inhale, breathe the arms up. Let's pause again here, okay? Exhale. And then explore the space in the body. Inhale. Maybe the hands separate a little. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, lifting the heart, send the gaze forward. Exhale, bending the knees, right foot stepping back, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your mat, downward facing dog. Finding your high plank, inhale. And then with the exhale, knees up or down, lower all the way to the belly. So back into our locusty cobra. Falling into the support of the pelvis and the lower belly. And let that hold you as you inhale 4 times. Let's lift. And exhale, we're down. Even do it with the hands up if you like. That might be fun. I don't. Exhale, look. Let your breath breathe you. Okay, now from here, inhale, cobra, or maybe you want to go a little higher. Shoulders roll back and down. Exhale, come on back, perhaps via that brief child's pose, or you go straight into downward dog. Great. Find the inhale Finding the exhale. Next in breath, right foot lifts. Exhale, come on through. We're coming to another high lunge. Inhale. So just take your time. Just breathe the arms up. Just give yourself some time just to really find the stability in the lower body. Then exhale from here. We'll turn to the right. Arms reaching at shoulder height. Let's do that once more. Inhale, back to center. Don't worry if you're feeling wobbly. Okay, exhale. Inhale, we're up. Now keeping that little bend to your back knee, placing the right hand to the right thigh, and a little lean to your right. Full inhale. And then from here, we can sweep that left hand down. Exhale, find downward facing dog. So just give yourself a little moment of observation. If you like, you can inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Cobra, and then downward dog. Or you might prefer to come to plank. Kneel. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. And exhale, downward dog. Okay, second side. So inhale, taking the left foot up. Exhale, let's step it through. Find the connection deep into your roots. Inhale, breathing up. Exhale, little bend to the back knee and the tailbone is heavy. Inhale, reaching the arms. Oh, sorry, no, stay there. I'm sorry. Exhale, open to your left. Let's do that once more. Inhale. And turning to your left. Exhale. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, left hand to left leg. Inhale, leaning to your left. Breathing into that whole side body. Exhale, and just be right there. Another deep in breath. And then exhale, let's sweep that right hand down. Find your way out. Downward facing dog. So again, maybe it's still plank. Knees, chest, chin, or lift the heart. Exhale, child pose. Inhale to center, lift the heart. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, great. Pause there for a couple of breaths. Full inhale. And a full exhale. Super. All right, so from here, either going from kneeling or from downward dog, take the right foot up again. Inhale, and we'll step it wide outside of the right hand. And we'll put the back knee down, okay? So give yourself the time to nudge that leg forward. Back knee down, just give yourself what you need. And we'll stay up on the palms of the hands here and just feel free to have a little bit of a wriggle around. Now from here, planting just really gently into that left hand. Inhale, right arm breathing forward. And then exhale, coming into a little spiral here. So you're welcome to either reach back into the space with that right hand, okay? Or you might prefer to wrap the right arm behind you and see what you can do to get a little bit of a lean back into this, yeah. So it's almost like your belly is moving away from that front thigh. One more inhale. And then exhale, we can unwind. Finding our way out. Either hands and knees or downward dog. Take a little bit of movement if you wish. And get ready for the second side. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, stepping it wide, back knee down. Give yourself a little moment, finding your way into that hip joint. A lot going on here in this posture. Yeah, you've got lots happening in your back leg, the hip there, hip extension, and hip flexor, I should say. And you've got this deep deep folding of the front hip. Okay, so from here, find the connection to your right hand. Inhale. And then opening the chest as you exhale. See how it feels to lean back and away a little from that front thigh. One more inhale. And then when you're ready, let's unwind. Exhale. Finding your way out. Downward facing dog or child's pose. See how you feel. So from here, let's take the right foot up again. Smooth in breath. This time we'll step it just a little bit short of the hands here. So not quite so wide. And just explore how it feels to stay on the ball of the back foot. So we don't want to put the back heel down. Keep the back heel lifted and make sure that the knee is pointing straight down towards the mat on that back leg. The front knee can have a little bend or a big bend to it. And then from here, inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, folding in. Stay with your breath. Next inhale, sending the chest forward as you lengthen the spine. With the exhale, find your hands and then make your way out. Downward facing dog. Okay, second side. So we'll take the left foot, step it a little bit shy of the hands. And a forward fold here. Gently clipping that left hip back. Really maximizing the size of the feet. And you fall forward from here. Just 2 more breaths. Now from here, let's lengthen the spine to look forward. This time we're going to step that back foot forward. Folding in. Exhale. Inhale, press into the roots. Come all the way to stand. If it feels okay for your body, you can do a little tiny back bend. Lifting the heart. And then from here, hands come down through prayer pose. And let's just pause right here for 5 breaths. Maybe you'd like to place your hands on the body. Maybe they're by your side. Listening to the journey of the inhale. And the journey of the exhale. When you're ready, you can release the arms. Pausing in observation. And then from here, if your eyes are closed, let your eyes open. And let's step on out so we'll face the long edge of the mat. If you want, you can have a brick nearby. Okay, we'll take the feet a good leg length apart. We're going to come into side angle pose. Yes, if you want to have the hand coming down, you're very welcome. So I'm going to put my brick just by the right foot. Okay, so from here, let's turn the right toes out, left toes in slightly. And from here, taking the arms to shoulder height on the inhale. And we'll go straight into side angle from here. Exhale, forearm can come to thigh to start, okay? Forearm to thigh, and then reach over, lengthening the left waist off the left hip. Let's come on out. Inhale, straighten through the leg. Reach out and exhale. So twice more like this. Inhale, press into the roots to come out. Lovely. And exhale, back into the shape. So pausing here, so find some comfort for that raised arm. Might be nicer to wrap behind the back, as you probably know. You might want to keep it over. And if you wish, you can bring the hand down. I'm trying to groan. You can place the hand down. Here we are. And just feel free to circle that top arm if you want. Yeah, that's keeping it very curious. Pressing that right knee back, the right sitting bone scooping under. And then the top ribs can roll to the ceiling. One more inhale right here. And then exhale, you can turn the head to look down towards the right foot. Inhale, you can come back up. And exhale, toes forward. We'll get ready for the second side. All right, nice. So inhale, arms wide. Really finding the feet. Exhale, side angle. Pressing deep into the feet, we'll come back out. Inhale. Exhale, let the breath carry you. Inhale. And exhale. So from here, just check out how it all feels. If you want to bring the hand down, go ahead. Allow those top ribs to roll towards the ceiling, pressing that left knee back. Left sitting bone scooping under. One more inhale. And exhale, we can look down towards the left foot. Inhale, bring the breath with you if you like. Come on up, inhale. And exhale, toes forward. And pausing right here. And just feel free to wriggle the feet a little closer in. We can put the brick down, just in front of us. Arms wide, inhale. And then turning now to your right, exhale, left hand onto the brick. Maybe a little bend into that knee there. That'll be the right knee. And you'll turn to the right. Inhale all the way back up the center. Opening wide with the arms. And exhale to your left. Just keep a nice light contact of the hand on the brick. Let's do that once more each side. Inhale. And inhale. Carry by your breath all the way up. And exhale. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Hands onto the hips with the exhale. Inhale to lift the chest. And then coming forward on the exhale. So from here, either have some support under the hands if you like, or you can just send your brick off to the side. I'm going to take my feet a little bit wider. Inhale, lengthen the spine to look forward a little. And then with the exhale, we'll fold. Just find 2 complete breaths here. Remember, you can bend the knees. All right, so next in breath, lengthen through your spine to look forward. Now from here, let's walk the hands towards the right foot. We're going to bend the right knee. It's a bit like a skandasana, so you'll have the hands framing that front foot. We'll bend the knee, a little bow towards the right shin. Inhale, walk to center. And then exhale, other knee bends and that framing. So you're just creating a bit of length through this leg here on the extended side. Do that 4 more times. Inhale. And exhale, bow. Inhale to center. Inhale. Almost there. Inhale. Okay, let's come back to center. Now, From whatever way you've gone, we're going to walk the hands towards the front of the mat. Turn those front toes to point forward, lift the back heel, and find our way out of the pose. Okay, now either you can stay here, it could be child's pose, or you might want to inhale plank, exhale knees up or down, chaturanga. Inhale, it might be cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. From here, on the next exhale, bend the knees looking forward. Now either stepping or walking or even hopping towards the hands if you like. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, navel to spine to fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand, reaching up. And exhale, hands down through prayer pose. Here we are. Let's pause. A few breaths. Okay. So from here, if your eyes are closed, let them open. And we'll come into that standing, that figure four posture. So we'll come into a little bend with the knees. Start to transfer the weight into the left leg. Feel free to go near a wall, of course, yeah. And then you can just find your balance, picking up the right foot and placing it just above the knee. Okay, cool. Now the hands can be right here in prayer pose. Let the sitting bones stick out and back. And either you can stay here, you might want to come forward. A few weeks ago, we did a variation where you can aim to take the right elbow towards the instep of the right foot. And take that little rotation. How's your breath? Steady inhale. And then as you exhale, you can come out. Okay, finding our way back to standing. Pause. Okay, let's bend the knees, transfer the weight into the other side now. So you might be picking out your left foot. Gather it. Just find the stability in the standing leg. Ooh, she says, I'm not very on balance today, I think. Right, so here we go. Here we are. And if you want, it can now be left elbow to left foot. Great, smooth breath. One more inhale. Great, okay, come back to center. Release. We can reach all the way up with the in-breath. And then fall forward with the out-breath, exhale. Inhale, lengthen the spine to look forward. Exhale, hands to your mat. So you can either step back straight to plank or downward dog. If you're in plank, you might want to carry on with a little vinyasa, just depending on your energy today. Then either back downward dog or child's pose. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll find a way to sitting. Okay. So for you, that might mean you want to go back to downward dog and step or hop to sitting. Or for you, it might mean you're going to do what I do, come to kneeling and sit yourself down. Okay. All right. So if you've got the brick, if you haven't got a brick, then like it's a good sort of cushion or something that's going to keep the foot raised off the floor, okay? You might also want to use a foam block or a folded blanket underneath the sitting bones, okay? So let's take this brick or the support, and it's going to go by the left leg, just on the outside, about knee height, thereabouts. Taking up the right foot. And you might want to do just a bit of movement of the hip, if that's available for you, okay? Some people would teach, when I see them in person, they like to straighten the leg a little, not fully, well, you can if you want, yeah. If you want, you can lengthen it. And then, nice and kindly, gather that foot, and just like figure four, you're going to place the outer right foot onto your brick. Nice. So please don't worry about this space between the knee and the floor. Okay, just let the knee go where it is. So right here. If you'd like to come forward, come forward. And for me, I'm toppling over a little bit towards the bent knee, so I'm going to press into that hand just to help bring me back into center. And breathe. Breathing smoothly into the lower back, into the hip, or anywhere else that you feel you want to send some care. Inhale, lengthen through the spine to look forward. Exhale, come back up to sitting. Now from here, we'll just take that leg. I like to just hook my arm underneath it, pick it up off the brick, leave the brick, and then step the foot so it's over your leg. So you're in like a Marichyasana type thing. Or if you want to, you can lean to the side and bend that extended leg. So you're in more of an Ardha Matsyendrasana. Okay. So whatever works. Okay. Either thing is good. I'm just gonna stay here. So rotating around now to your right, you'll take the crook of the left elbow around that knee. And gently turning the head and looking over the shoulder. If it works for you, you might want to cross the arm over the leg and take the arm at a right angle. But please don't sacrifice your breathing for doing that, okay? Let your exhalation help you find the support of the lower body. The inhale, it's like it's carrying you. Inhale where you are. Exhale, let's unwind. And you might want to do a little lean over to the left to see how you feel, okay? Let's undo that. Just find a little Dandasana. You want to give the legs a little shake before the second side, go ahead, okay? And then we'll take the second side. So the brick can go to the outside of the right leg. Up we go. Bit of cradling if you want. You want to lengthen it, that's cool. All right, I'm placing it nice and gently on your brick. Exhale and start to come forward. Body gently expanding on the inhale and releasing on the exhale. Okay, when you're ready, start to draw yourself out. Gather up that bent leg, and you can place it. So I failed to say on the first side that if this feels too much to step the foot across, just keep it on the inside of you. Okay, here we are. Or exploring the spiral now. As you exhale, see if you can invite that sitting bone of the left hip just to gently, gently descend. Another breath. Inhale, head turns to the front. Exhale, let's unwind, maybe a little nudge. Okay, we'll undo the legs. And let's come on over to the hands and knees whenever you're ready. We keep blankets and cushions and books nearby. We've still got a pigeon to do. I haven't forgotten. I've been building up to it. Or we've been building up to it. If you just need to take some movement, yeah, after those last few postures, go ahead. Maybe some circling with the hips, exploring what's kind of going to feel nice for your lower back. All right, so because we're approaching, we're coming into the sort of final phase of our practice. So what I'd like to invite you to consider here is we're going to use sleeping swan, pigeon, a bit like kind of a wind down, if there's such a thing, with pigeon. So what I'd like to suggest here is to dial it back a little bit, okay? So we can bring the right knee forward and lower the hips down. And then if you want to, then you can use your block underneath this hip here. Now, if this is too much for the knee, okay, to put the knee into that flexion, best thing to do is to come back into that figure four where you lie down on the back of the body, like how we started, yeah. So see if you can lengthen your exhale a little. You might be comfortable to come all the way forward. Just keep using the guardian of curiosity, yeah, to explore your way through the shape. Slightly longer exhale, perhaps. Softening around the edges. Okay. When you're ready, if you're leaning forward or either onto the forehead or onto the forearm, start to bring yourself out. Let's just take, if it works for you, a couple of breaths right here, lifting the chest. Now to find your way out, either press back onto the hands and knees or lean onto your right hip and swing the left leg around, okay? I'm going to come back to my hands and knees. And then again, just maybe a little bit of movement. Maybe back to child's pose. Can be even quite nice to do this sort of cobra thing, up doggy thing, just to liberate the hip flex slightly. All right, so we'll go to the second side. When you're ready, you might want to go from downward dog or from kneeling, sliding the left leg forward. A gentle sliding of the back leg away. When you're ready, you're welcome to come forward. And slowing the breath down a little if you can. Another two breaths. When you're ready, you can bring yourself out. Just a couple of breaths if it's okay for you to lift the chest. Now, when you're ready, you can find your way out. Maybe you're pressing back to kneeling. Perhaps you're swinging that leg around. We are going to come and lie down. If you've gone back to kneeling or downward dog, if you want to do one more little vinyasa, go ahead and do that. And then we can all meet on the back of the body. And just before we find our way into Shavasana, I'm going to suggest to do a tiny bridge movement, just to open up the hips on the front, But you might find there's something else you want to do. Windscreen wiper would also be pretty good, okay? Or both. Why not? If you're taking a little bridge here that you can inhale a gentle lift, exhale and roll down, that's all we're going to do. It is being treated like a real wind down posture. Inhale to lift and exhale to roll down. Okay, so when you feel ready, we're going to move into Shavasana. I'm trying to get a tiny bit of breath work in at the end today. So it's going to be a slightly brief Shavasana, okay? So you can just let yourself fall into a shape just to rest the body. Gently, gently, breathing in peace and breathing out peace. There's a little poem here. This is from My Brilliant Image by Hafez. I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness the astonishing light of your own being. I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness the astonishing light of your own being. So just feel free to invite a little bit of movement into the body, maybe a stretch. Gently, gently hug the knees in. And then come and find your way back to sitting. Whenever you're ready. For the last couple of minutes, we'll just pause seated. So just bring yourself a little bit of support under the hips, if you like. So we'll just go through a few rounds of nadi shodhana. So let's do alternate nostril breathing. So we take the index finger and middle finger. It might be curled into the palm of the hand, or you might prefer to take those two fingers and place them just at the on the forehead towards the eyebrow center, and using the thumb and the ring finger to do the work around the nostrils. Okay, so placing the hand, I like the thumb and the ring finger to rest just where the cartilage opens into the nostrils. Okay, so it's a little bit higher up the nose than you might think. And then if you need to support the elbow, go ahead with the opposite hand. Gently closing the right nostril rather, closing the right nostril with the thumb. And then inhaling through the left. Closing the left, opening up the right, exhale right. Inhale right. Closing right, exhale left. Inhale left. And exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale. Let's just do one more each side. When you're ready, next time you breathe through the left nostril, remove the hand. Now trace the breath in through both nostrils, all the way in and down. And exhale, all the way back up and out. Next in breath, feel free to take the arms wide, reaching up. You could lift the gaze a little, hands down through Anjali Mudra, down through the midline. Let's take one exhale fully, inhale. And may the merits of our practice bring nourishment, stability, and peace to ourselves. And may the merits of our practice bring benefit to all the beings that we engage with on our journey, bringing them nourishment, stability, and peace as we walk our path. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very much for joining this morning. It's always been so much to share practice with you. So any questions, please ask.